Peace, wholeness, love, and light. I am Nudiamonds here with a Taurus Season Energy reading. I hope everyone out there is doing well. And yes, let's jump right on into it. Okay, so first off, happy birthday, Tauruses. This is a monumental time. And this is where we're tapping back into our true values, our core values, what we love, things that we truly cherish, and just being thankful and grateful for all of the accolades that we have accomplished, all of the obstacles that we have overcame, and embracing this new upgraded us at this time. As Taurus is all about that love, that grounded, that centered, not being stubborn, but being grounded in my values. And I'm going to go hard for what I love. I'm going to go hard for what I believe in, and work for what I deem valuable, right? So this is all about that work ethic and striving for higher, right? And having this elevated mind as we are still grounded, but having this balance, right? And I say that because the sun is all about your heart, but Taurus is all about those values. So the values of your heart, right? Getting back in tune with the true values of yourself. And this may not always be materialistic things. We do need, money, to get by. And it's not always about external validation. It's about internal gratification. So what is stimulating you and fulfilling you internally at this time? Do more of that to feel more centered and feel more aligned with the divine and your divine essence, right? Your higher self at this time. Okay. So yes, I also said this is, Taurus is a fixed energy, and it's all about tapping into that I will have what I desire, right? So just really being in tune with your true essence at this time, okay? I'm going to be looking at my notes. And this energy started off in a Leo rising energy. So this is all about that fire, that desire. Like I said, that sun going into that earth element, right? Because Taurus is an earth element. And when you add, fire to grass, it's, a wildfire energy. And that could be good for cleansing and purging. It could be a sense of a bit chaotic, but there has to be chaos before order, right? The storm before the clearing, and after the storm, there's a rainbow. So a lot of different healing elements are at play here with this high vibrational energy as we are getting more in tune with what is truly in store for us and what is truly embedded in us that is coming forth at this time. Okay, a lot of people may be feeling a lot of DNA upgrades, DNA activations, a lot of prophetic dreams, a lot of confirmation from spirit. Just continue to pay attention to that as we are entering in a new cycle, and it causes us to be one with our spirits at this time. Okay. I also said, like, puzzle pieces, collecting a lot of different puzzle pieces. This could be like where a lot of things are becoming more clear to you. A lot of things are making more sense to you. Things that you've acquired over these past couple of years finally paying off now. So certain lessons that you may have been going through, certain experiences that you may have went through, finally making sense as to why, you were going through those things now, right? So just pay attention to everything and don't rule anything out. Be open to it all, as it all is a sign from the divine, okay? So yeah, this is happening on the 19th. And I found that very exciting, very optimistic energy, as this is kind of like we're in this spring energy, but we're in the middle of spring. So we're seeing things change. We're in the middle of this transformation. We're in the middle of this integration, right? I feel like we're integrating a lot, as so is the earth. So just be mindful, continue to go with the flow as we are absorbing a lot of information from the cosmos and from the earth. And there's most definitely a portal open to whatever timeline you want to be on, whatever realm of reality you want to exist in. We are multidimensional beings, and we get to choose where we want to go. And it all stems from our mind, right? The mind is a temple. I say this all the time. The body is a temple because your mind governs where your body is going, right? Neck, that's that Taurus energy I have. Taurus governs the neck. So it's all about, where are you turning? What has your attention? What are you consuming? What are things that you're gravitated to, right? You want to be mindful of what you're turning your head for, right? You don't want to just turn your head for anything, because that could be a distraction and you could miss what's for you on this end. But also having this balance and keeping your head on swivel, because you don't want to get caught slipping. Okay. We are in a beautiful time right now. What a time to be alive. And it's just all about being open and being optimistic to this beautiful, benevolent energy that we are in at this time. Okay. I also said it was like this 2-4, this 4-2 energy. I'm not even really sure why I said that. I take my notes like about a week prior. And it's like when I read them, it's like I'm reading them for the first time. So, but I felt like it was like this double up energy. Like this, like I said, this timeline jumping, this quantum leaping energy. Oh, that's why I said that, because we're in the 4th month, right? 4th month, but this is the second sign, right? So it's this 2, this 4, this 4, this 2, this kind of taking this step back, really reevaluating your values, reevaluating your values. I love that. To take the next step forward, making your next step your best step, making your next move your best move, right? And really embodying that energy at this time, because there is a huge shift that is happening around us, in us, and universally. This isn't just a earth thing. This isn't just a me thing. This is a us thing. This is a galactic thing, right? So yeah, just embracing that. And I said, what have you sacrificed to tap into your true value? Okay. So really think about the things that you have sacrificed to be here. Whether that is, for me, I'm just going to use myself as an example: partying, drinking, low vibrational things I used to engage in. And I'm not saying, have your fun. I'm not saying not have fun, but having fun and balancing it, right? But I really noticed that I elevated and I sacrificed my old self to be this renewed, upgraded me. And I love it here. I love how high vibrational I am, right? I love how much I've grown, how much wisdom I've acquired due to me putting this internal work. And I may look different for all of you, but I really want you guys to think about, what is it that you have sacrificed, or you feel like you sacrificed, to tap into your true value, right? And for me, it was letting go of a lot of old things that did not resonate with me anymore, to free myself. And I feel at peace, I feel at ease, and I feel just like more whole and more one with myself from doing that. Okay. All right. And I also said the fixed cross was activated. If you guys don't know anything about the fixed cross, we have cardinal signs, we have fixed signs, we have mutable signs. And Taurus, again, is a fixed sign. So I'm going to show you guys a chart really quick. So if you don't know, you can kind of get in tune with this fixed cross energy. As you can see, it's like this diamond. And that is due to the sun being in Taurus, Mars being in Leo, which is a fixed sign as well. We also have Lilith in Scorpio, which is a fixed sign as well. And Pluto in Aquarius, which is activating the fixed cross. Right? It can be looked as a cross, it can be looked as a square. It's all about your perception. It's all about your perspective and how you want to view it, okay? But I said hidden powers being activated at this time. So this could be a time where you're, like I said, you're having more prophecies being fulfilled, more prophetic dreams, your gifts enhanced, clairvoyancy, clairaudience, all of your clairs, your senses, that sixth sense, that seventh sense being activated. You could be a sense of astral traveling, astral projection, just hidden things. Like I said, these gifts are different for everyone. Telekinesis, okay, telepathy, this inner knowing, right? Just knowing things and not knowing how you know things, predicting things and are happening. Just a lot of different hidden things coming to the light, right? And that power resides from within you at this time. All right. Excuse me. I did my ginger and my lime this rising to clear out excess mucus. So bear with me. All right. Stay hydrated. I'm drinking my bitter tea to cleanse and activate these hidden gifts. Okay, I'm trying to be tapped all the way in, y'all. All right, I love being tapped in with spirit. I love this spiritual attunement, this spiritual energy that we in. And yeah, this is a beautiful time to be alive. It's all about how you look at it, okay? I said, heart focus on the values for transformation for the future. Y'all gotta excuse me. So yeah, just continuing to value this transformation that you're going through. Continue to value your heart's desires as that is guiding you at this time. And speak clearly, right? Speak with clear, positive intentions, and don't let anything that's trying to hold you back or dim your light win, right? Shine your light, speak your truth, speak your peace, be your authentic self, no matter what that looks like. And sometimes things aren't always going to go as planned. That's part of life, right? But it's about how you react. We can't always control things, but we can control how we react. So that's where that emotional intelligence comes in at, right? Being aware, being mindful, and sometimes just taking a breath, taking a breather, taking a break, and being present, right? Because I'm getting a sense of like this past, present, future energy. Because even though we are present, that moment is gone, right? That's in the past already, right? So being thankful and being grateful, no matter what frequency, no matter what time, no matter what you're going through, all right? Then I said there's also an earth trine. We have the moon in Capricorn at the 25th degree. We have Uranus in Taurus at the 25th degree. And we have the South Node in Virgo at the 25th degree. Wow. Yeah, so that is causing this beautiful earth trine in the chart, which is all about harmony and being grounded and being centered and being in tune with your feminine side, but also being in tune with your masculine side, right? And balancing that, just being in balance. But this is a great time where there will be harmonic frequencies and harmonic energies, things being in harmony, right? The more you get grounded and center. And when I say grounded, I mean just being in tune with your heart, being in tune with your spirit, going out in nature and being in that energy, right? Being one with the trees, being one with nature, being one with the animals, being one with the air, listening to the water, right? Looking up at the stars, sun gazing, stargazing, right? Just being in tune with Daughter Earth and embracing that. Or you could just feel this more harmonic frequency within yourself, okay? But like I said, it's Taurus season. This is all about being grounded at this time. Whoa. I'm feeling this beautiful, benevolent, blissful energy coming in. I'm seeing an Ankh symbol. So this is, life force energy being balanced with your masculine, your feminine. And I'm hearing life force. So being one with the life force that resides in you and receiving divine light codes, divine light, divine, being on a divine channel, a divine frequency, and a divine currency at this time. Okay. So just embrace it. Just embrace it with ease and be thankful and being grateful. Wow. I'm seeing a lot of stuff right now. But just embracing it, okay, you guys. This is gonna be one of them ones, y'all. This is gonna be one of those seasons where we experience miraculous things and just give gratitude and give thanks, okay? All right. And then 25. 25 is an Aries degree. So yeah, this is like the start of where we feel more harmony within our minds, within our spirits, within our inner flame. Like I said, that life force energy. Okay. Starting to feel more grounded as we let go of the past and grow. Okay. Growing and glowing. All right. A global recognition, divine love, inner work is the true value. Okay. So the more you do internal work, the more you get spiritual gratification, the more you get in tune with this divine frequency that resides within you at this time. Okay. I was just like writing things down, right? And as I was writing things down, I was just scrying things and a beautiful poem like came through. All right, so I'm just gonna read it. It says, love in the dark, shone in the dark, growth through the concrete, rose that grew in the dark. Her thorns are sharp, but they protect her as she is loved dearly and deeply. The bloodline, the rose vine that blooms in the dark is ready to shine her light. Get ready to shine, sun. Sun, shine. Divine time. You're aligned for greatness. Spotlight. Right? So, yeah, I don't know. I just was like writing and I just kind of came through and it was like this sun, shine, sun energy that like kept coming through. And it's like this golden ray of light, this golden frequency, this yellow solar plexus, sacral chakra energy. So really getting creative and tapping into your power. And I just love like, because it's making me think of like roses, right? You are that concrete rose that grew through, people saying that you weren't going to grow. and you are divinely protected, right? Your thorns protect you. And anybody that gets too close with this eagerness, with this unaware energy, with this naive energy, they will get pricked by your thorns, right? Because your thorns protect you, right? Your boundaries protect you. And it's also like this bloodline energy, this blood being activated because of red rose and the blood from being pricked, right? Which is helping you blossom, helping you grow, helping you learn, helping you shine your light through these wicked times, right? With these wicked people. But we are of higher vibration. We work for the highest light. And there's going to be a spotlight shined on us, right? This taking me back to a dream I had a few days ago where I was seeing a spotlight being shined on the chosen ones, right? So continue to choose yourself, continue to choose higher, do more, love more, vibrate higher, and work from the highest light at this time, okay? I said, and also having fun doing shadow work, right? Because that just kind of came up out of nowhere. And I used to write poetry a lot when I was younger. And it kind of just took me back to like that inner child and just having fun doing shadow work. Like, it don't always got to be so, oh, okay, I got to detox. Oh, I got to go into my inner child. And it doesn't always have to be this negative energy attached to doing shadow work, doing healing work. I like to make it fun. I like to make it a challenge. So shout out to Soul Tribe. I'll be like, hey, who's down for a detox challenge? Who's down for a raw fast? You know, that's what makes it fun. Getting other people involved, getting the group involved. So that way it doesn't seem so doom and gloom. Also, being active mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, being active to continue to clear out energy. All right. It's a lot of like throat chakra activations with this Taurus energy. Like I said, it governs the neck. So be mindful, y'all, of what you're consuming at this time. And I said, don't get me started, but get me started, right? And I say that because it's like when someone challenges you, it kind of revs up this energy, like this, ooh, you know, it kind of gets your ego involved and you're more open to the challenge. I know it just makes it more fun. So being open to that at this time, okay? And I said having confidence, right? Gaining more confidence at this time. Being more confident, not a sense of arrogant, just being in tune with who you are and knowing who you are. Okay, you could be getting more confirmation on things, and that builds great confidence, right? I know I love spiritual confirmation. I love confirmation, right? Who doesn't like confirmation on something? Even though we don't need the validation, it feels good, right? It just feels good spiritually, right? To know that, oh, I had this prophetic dream. I've been feeling this energy and then it comes to pass. It's like spiritual confirmation. So you could be gaining a greater sense of confidence within yourself at this time, especially with that Mars and Leo energy. This could be the start of that passionate energy, that heartfelt energy, that desire, that initiation with your heart's desires at this time, okay? A sense of purity and purification, okay? Purity and purifying. So, like I said, detoxing. If you don't really feel clear, this would be a great time to just purge and release, cry, yell, scream, ground, dance, move, sweat, to continue to purge and cleanse out that energy. Saging, I'm in the sense of like smudging yourself, smudging your house, spiritually, All right, so spiritual cleansing as well. Okay. I also said love is the highest vibration of the heart, the inner child, nostalgia, past life things, fun, working out, dancing, songs, time travel machine, and Mandela. All right. So, like I said, you could be having a sense of deja vu, nostalgia things popping back up, and just feeling really good and staying in that energy, right? Like I said, this timeline, right? Multi-dimensional beings, you can travel to any space and time that you want with your mind, right? With music as well, songs, because you can play a song that you heard in your teens, and it just brings back this whole sense of memory of things that happened when you were in high school or when you were a teenager or certain events in time. So this is a great time just to tap into that beautiful high vibrational energy. My ears are ringing. So a lot of different energies that are happening at this time. Like I see a portal open above my head. I keep getting pulled into the channel. Spirit is pulling me into the channel. I see divine energy as I'm closing my eyes. I'm also hearing high pitch frequencies. So yeah, y'all get ready for some great, beautiful DNA activations at this time. I'm feeling very blissful. So yeah, this gonna be some of that energy, y'all. This gonna be that season. Okay. Then I said, what are you fighting for? What are you fighting for? Right? And that's a double-edged sword, right? What are you fighting for? What are you doing this for? Being mindful of the battles that you choose, because there is a bigger war at play here, right? So being mindful of things that you entertain, right? What are you like? Spirit is giving me a sense of what are you bickering, going back and forth with somebody for? Tapping into that emotional intelligence, right? And then what are you doing all of this for, right? Tapping into spirit, grounding yourself, healing yourself. And it's to make your dreams a reality, right? We all have certain dreams that we are manifesting, and that's what most of us are doing it for, right? Some people may do it for money. Some people may do it for, the legacy, right? To break free of generational curses, to be the generational cure. It's multiple reasons, but what are you fighting for, right? What are you doing it for? All right. So we got two questions. What have you sacrificed to tap into your true value? And what are you fighting for? All right, those were some questions Spirit wanted me to ask y'all to really tap into your subconscious mind and get rooted, get grounded in that seed that is the pineal gland within your mind. That subconscious, the back of the mind, the stream of consciousness, right? So yeah. I said fighting for justice too. Ooh, my heart palpitations, heart activations, right? Being a warrior. Let me pull this over here so I ain't gotta, there we go. Setting things down, right? And relieving yourself of certain obstacles or hardships at this time. But yeah, just being a warrior for justice, fighting for justice at this time. Ooh, excuse me. As we are relieving things, and things are coming up to the surface to be revealed. Okay. I said wishing on a star. So that seal. You are divinely protected. You are divinely guided. The soul of man, Solomon's temple. Like I said, the body is a temple, and your temples lie within the mind, right? I said that internal star, the solar plexus, soul of man, your spirit, right? Because the soul of man is your spirit, that flame, that fire from within. And I say that because your true values, right? That's the sun in Taurus. But not only is the sun in Taurus, Uranus is in Taurus as well. So this is just getting in tune with your true value at this time. And that's going to your core, that's going to your spirit, that's going to your soul. And your soul is like this ball of fire, this flame, this internal spark, right, of the divine. We are all reflections of the divine. And I want to be reflecting the highest light at all times, okay? So that requires us to do internal work to get in tune with who we truly are, okay? Oh man, being your unique self will bring fortune in the future, okay? From the bottom to the top, as your destiny will begin to take off. And I say that just due to certain alignments in the chart. It just, like I said, the sun being in Taurus conjunct Uranus, that is giving, tapping into your true value for the future. And you know, it's giving me, I'm getting a sense of like Bitcoin. People who invested in Bitcoin before it even took off, they were just being their unique selves, trusting their unique values, and it paid off in the future, right? The sense of this tech, right? People who invest in certain things that they value valuable, right? Following their heart's desires. I know this is going to pay off. I know this is a great investment. I'm investing in myself for the future, right? I know this is going to be something. I can feel it, right? This intuition, and it pays off in the future. So just having patience with yourself as we continue to tap into this beautiful energy at this time, okay? And it'll all come together, right? It'll all come together. So don't rush things. What is meant for you will be for you. And whatever doesn't resonate, leave it. All right. Don't try to force things to fit. Continue to be your authentic self. All right. Then I said the moon in Capricorn was working on the structure of your emotions, your intuition, working on balance, and there will be a reward, right? There will be some type of reward from you doing this internal work, from you working on emotional intelligence, emotional mastery, mastering your emotions. And that will come from your gut intuition, gut feelings, this internal knowing, and feeling more balance, right? Or working on feeling more balance at this time. Spirit is saying if you've been doing the work, you will feel balance. You will have an inclination that your intuition is on point. That's what this whole cycle has been about. It has been about us getting in tune with ourselves so we can be balanced with the Most High and get divine downloads, divine uploads, divine messages, to be in synchronicity with the energy. Okay. Also, I said with this earth trine energy, the foundation is set. All right. So there's like nothing else. Like that's why spirit just came in and said there's really nothing else that we need to do. If you already done the internal work, it is done, right? It's already. Long live the king, you a king, you know it. King already, my baby, you know it. You already know, right? You already know you a king. You already know you a queen. You already know you the empress. You already know you a goddess. You already know who you are, and you're getting in tune with that God frequency, that source code, that universal energy that resides within you and is being ignited at this time, okay? Get ready for a huge shift. Divinity, inner divinity, okay? Receiving the keys to the kingdom, and the kingdom resides within you, right? The key to inner divinity, the Trinity, right? Oneness, wholeness, remembering who you are and whose you are. You are a divine being, right? Universal being, multidimensional being, okay? Then I started to look at the chart, because when I was looking at the chart, that's when all of these messages start to come in. So I'm just going to show you guys the chart. And then I said it was a timeline split. And I say this because to me, this part right here, it looks like the square is busting out. It looks like the square is opening up like a mouth, like the mouth of the snake, an open portal. Something right here is opening, and it's blue. Blue gives me a sense of spirituality, right? So it's like taking off from this physical plane and rising higher, right? Pitching the tent. The tent is open. The portal is open, right? Like I said, the shadow, the mirror, because this is mirroring. This is mirroring that energy, right? It's the same thing, but it's on a higher timeline. It's on a higher frequency, right? Because I'm imagining it, if it was like right in front of me, this way, it would be opening, right? Or if you're looking at it from a higher perspective, this could be looked at all type of different ways. Y'all know I be tapped in, but I look at it from every way, not just one way, holistically, 360, right? So I said duality, polarity. It can be looked at as the square, or it can be looked at as the diamond, right? This could be a square energy, fiction, and oh, nothing's working out. Or you can look at it as a diamond. This pressure that I'm being put under is making me stronger, right? The pressure letting off the steam. Like I said, you can be looking at it as like vertical or horizontal, a higher perspective, right? You can look at the pyramid from this point of view, or you can be looking at the pyramid from a higher point of view. And if you look at a pyramid from a higher point of view, looking down, this also looks like the top of a pyramid, right? This could be looked at the top of a pyramid. So, or the top of the mountain, right? We reach the mountaintop, Zion, right? That bliss that lies from within, right? The top of the bridge, the rainbow, right? Rainbow body. All right. What else did I say on my notes? I said you could be also headed on a spiritual path, right? With that blue line opening up. You could be opening up to more spiritual gifts, opening up to another spiritual path that has been made clear, been made open to you. And it's taking you to the top. Your spiritual path is taking you to the top, right? Ascension, closer to the divine, closer to source, closer with the Most High at this time. All right, making sure the mic is on. And others will be left behind on the physical, right? So I said this, to me, this red line looks like the physical, and then the blue line looks like the spiritual, and it looks like the spiritual is taking off. Meanwhile, other people will be left behind. All right. You're either going to be resonating with people, or you're not going to be resonating with people. And then I also said no more feeding the dead flesh or the dead fish. And as I like kind of stayed in that energy, it was like this Piscean age ending, right? The dead fish, right? What's dead is dead. You can't beat no dead horse, right? You can lead a horse to water, but only they could drink it, right? So, and no more feeding the dead flesh. No more feeding our flesh for external validation, right? And we've seen that with all of this tariff, with all of these, certain things being cut off. Certain people aren't going to be able to feed their flesh, right? I like spiritual nourishment, right? Instead of external nourishment. Now, yeah, we got to feed ourselves, right? But I'm more on the spiritual attunement side. So, yeah, that's just kind of what I said for the chart. And I said high vibes only, feeding the soul, divine nourishment, the head of the snake opening its mouth, right? Because that's what it looks like to me. All right. The alligator. And this alligator, crocodile, alligator energy has been popping up for a while now. With this whole year, the snake year of the, we came from the year of the dragon to the year of the snake. And those are both reptilian beings, ancient energies, ancient animals, ancient spirits, right? But then it, like the head of the snake opening up his mouth, what also opens up his mouth? The alligator, right? Chomp, chomp, right? Hippos, right? These ancient Kemetic animals opening up. The ancient Kemetic spirit is opening up, right? This divine spirit, right? The divine mother is opening back up to us, right? Heavenly Father, right? Whatever you subscribe to, whatever you believe in, that source energy, the most high energy, is opening back up to us, for us to open up to it, to pour into us. It's this symbiotic, that kundalini, that conduces energy that is here. And either you feel it or you don't. If you know, you're embracing it, you're getting in tune, you're feeling the shifts. It's here. Okay. I said opening for a pure expansion. Okay. The Taurus energy, right? And I say Taurus, that's like a double entendre, because the Taurus field, right? Which emits from our body, our electric magnetic field around our hearts is centered from our hearts, right? The torsion field, and that's also like the Van Allen belt of the earth, right? Because earth is this green. Spirit is showing me like the heart. So it's like our heart has its EMF field, electric magnetic field, our aura, right? Our Taurus field. Then the earth has its electric magnetic field, its Van Allen belt, its that's what they call it, right? And then also earth is like the heart frequency of this solar system, right? Because we're right in the middle, where we're not too close to the sun, but we're not too far from the sun. We're perfect, right? Divine alignment. And it's like this heart energy, this divine alignment energy that is coming in. Wow. And I said tourist or terrorist. I don't know, y'all. It was like a lot of different energy that was coming in. Because I said Taurus, terrorist, tourist, right? So it all depends on what frequency you on, right? You could be a tourist touring around the world. This could be people traveling, right? The world physically or spiritually traveling, right? Like I said, astral projection. What's that other one? Astral traveling, astral projection, outer body experiences, lucid dreaming, etc., right? Also, or terrorist, right? This could be, parasitic energy. So be mindful of that as well. And then it's like this terra forma, right? We are terrestrial beings, right? And this could be extraterrestrial or interterrestrial, It depends on what plane you on. Like I said, we multidimensional beings. We able to travel to any realm that we want. All right. I said exoteric, esoteric, right? Studying the stars, studying yourself, studying the selves, studying yourself, right? So metamorphosis, because we are changing, right? But remember to stay balanced. No matter what realm or reality you are traveling to or existing in, stay grounded. All right, but stay optimistic. All right. And don't forget to breathe. And be in gratitude. Highest vibration. All right. For internal fulfillment. And then I seen THT. And because all that terrestrial Taurus tutting, it was like this thought energy that kind of came through. And like I said, thought. So be mindful, be intentional during this time. Okay. So yeah, that was my breakdown for the chart. Let's jump into my meditation. Okay. Soon as I started to tap into my meditation, I did a big sigh, like, and that made me think back to breath, right? Going back to your breath. Also a big sigh of relief or a big sign, right? Because I went to write sigh, but I accidentally wrote sign. And I was like, okay, that's a sign, right? So paying attention to the small things, even your quote unquote mistakes aren't mistakes, right? Everything happens for a reason. It's just up to you to decipher what that is, right? So I said a big sigh of relief after releasing. I feel like that's self-explanatory. Okay. I said breaking through the box because I seen a square with an X on it. And I think that was from me looking at the chart so long, it got embedded in my brain. Right? So I said breaking through the box, right? Whatever has been holding you back, whatever constructs, whatever old past things, right? I'm seeing this. I got flowers all around the house and the flowers are vibrating. I love it. It's probably reacting to my voice. I love it. So yeah, speaking your truth, speaking out to free yourself. We are ascending. It's a hot air balloon on the TV screen behind me. I take everything is a part of the reading. So yeah, y'all, we going through some huge shift right now. We are elevating and ascending right now. So just hold on and embrace these beautiful changes, okay? But I said a square with a X through it. Okay. Looking at it from a different perspective, this could be seen as a pyramid. If you're looking at it like this, it could be seen as a box, right? Or it can be seen as the top of the pyramid, depending on what perspective you have. The cube, right? It is a hexagon. It is a polygon, right? It can shift and form into anything. A cube can be looked at as a square, right? But it can also be looked as a tetragrammaton, a dodecahedron, right? These are all geometric shapes, and they all can shift into multidimensional things, right? The cube is a hexagon, right? Because it has those 6 sides, but it could also represent the Merkaba, right? If you guys haven't checked out my videos where I break down the whole 666 carbon cube, black hole, Merkaba, Solomon, seal shape, I suggest that y'all do, because I did a very thorough breakdown on that. But it's a multi-dimensional thing. That carbon, that six, right? The six turns into nine, the nine ether, right? Multi-dimensional etheric beings. All right. Then excuse me, y'all. It's a lot of clearing going on. It's a whole lot of clearing going on. Like I said, I did my ginger and my lime this rising so I could clear out this excess mucus that I was feeling. So yeah, y'all just bear with me. And that's also part of the reading too. Like there's a huge clearing that is going on within the collective, just due to our perspectives changing, right? So yeah, so I had seen the pyramid from a higher perspective, and it looked like I was looking down at the pyramid from a higher point of view. Then I seen someone holding two swords down, right? So I still don't really know. Oh, I do know. At the time I was doing the meditation, I'm like, I don't know what that means, spirit. Like, you're gonna have to, give me more inclination on that. And then I seen someone holding two swords down, and then it turned into like kundalini energy. And then it was like the divine was sending down kundalini energy, light codes, activation, upgrades to us from a higher perspective, right? And I said this may be uncomfortable because, like I said, if y'all haven't checked out my videos, I did a very good, thorough breakdown on Kundalini energy. Because Kundalini energy isn't just, oh yes, I'm enlightened and I'm one with the divine. No, there's a huge purging and cleansing and a very uncomfortable energy that happens when you have a Kundalini awakening, rising, activation, anything with your chakras being activated. There is a purge and a release that happens if you're doing it the right way. If you're integrating the energy properly, there's going to be a release. There's going to be a death. There's going to be a rebirth, right? That phoenix rising, right? The rebirth of the phoenix, but the phoenix has to go through a death first, and that death is uncomfortable, right? Change is sometimes uncomfortable, but that's the only thing that is constant, right? Okay. And I said uncomfortable energy, kundalini process, wanting to move and adjust, exit out, stop, right? So wanting to get out, free yourself, move around, working out is probably the best way to maneuver through some of this energy. I can't even read my own handwriting. Oh, due to distractions, right? So you just have to really focus. This is going to be a time where we're going to be heavily distracted, and this will be the best time to just focus on yourself, right? Don't let outside things distract you. Comparison is a thief of joy. You are on your journey. You will get to your destination in divine timing when everything is in divine alignment. Okay. You can look at others' journeys as a sense of inspiration and motivation, but we're not comparing ourselves to anyone, right? Because they haven't been in your shoes and you haven't been through theirs, and you never know what someone has gone through to get to where they're at. Same thing with you. Nobody really knows what you've gone through to get to where you're at. So also lifting up your vibration and giving yourself a huge pat on the back, giving yourself some grace, right? Because we made it. Some people didn't make it this year, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. they are lost. So you have to continue to give yourself grace and be thankful for where you're at this present moment. Being in the present is a present. That's a gift from the divine. Okay. I said, and like pressure on this fixed energy in Taurus, right? Because Taurus is a fixed energy, and fixed energy is all about discipline, releasing, structure, grounded pressure, right? Because when I think of Taurus, I think of values, I think of jewelry, I think of jewels, I think of diamonds, right? Like I said, either the square or the diamond, and the diamond has to be put under amounts of pressure. But diamonds and crystals also reside in the earth. They're grounded, they're rooted. They could be looked as underworld flowers, right? Because these are things that bloom in darkness, right? Take that metaphor as it resonates, okay? And I said the bull being grounded, right? Not being stubborn, fighting for what's right, paying attention to those red flags, right? But like I said, being a warrior for justice. You don't want to just rage and take off and go off and fight anybody, right? We have mastered our emotions, mastered ourselves, and we're not going to let nobody disrespect us, but we also not going to let nobody take us out of, whoa, what was that? Take us out of our character. Ooh, operating out of love. What is this? Yeah, operating out of love. It just felt like someone like pinched my neck. I don't even know what that was about. But yeah, that's all about Taurus, right? Taurus governs the neck. And it also felt like a kiss on the neck. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But I said from cold to hot, from hot to cold, right? Because during this time, I was getting a lot of DNA activations. I was feeling hot. I was feeling cold. So this could be a time where you're feeling hot. You're hot, then you're cold. Yeah, they just sent Katy Perry to space. I don't know. It's a whole lot of crazy stuff. But anyways, overall, we are healing. We are healing and releasing pain on the inside and speaking up about it, right? Not holding that in, right? Wow, and that's crazy. I said that because when I wrote this down, I had bit the inside of my cheek, right? So that's like pain on the inside of your mouth from holding something in, right? But you really want to speak your truth and be true to your authentic self. Not from a ego standpoint, but just speaking your truth, you know? All right. I feel like that's self-explanatory. And I had bit my cheek because I was eating some food. And you know, that's Taurus too. Taurus love food. Taurus love cooking. So be mindful. Be mindful of what you're consuming, how you're consuming it. Consume things slowly to better intake them. Okay. Be mindful of what you're consuming and consume things at a slow pace to fully grasp what you're viewing, right? To get a better view, to absorb them better, and pay attention to things. Pay attention to what you're absorbing. Pay attention to what you're consuming on every level because it goes into your subconscious. Be mindful of what you're consuming, eating, watching, surrounding yourself with, listening to, entertaining, because it all goes into your subconscious. Okay? Subliminal messages as well. So always keep your first eye open because something may look innocent, something may look a certain way, but it could be subliminal things that your subconscious mind is picking up on. If you feel something is off, listen to it. Okay? I say that because it was a few movies that I was watching with my children and I was able to pick up on the subliminal stuff immediately. And I was like, oh no, we got to cut this off. So pay attention to all the signs at this time. Okay. I was feeling a lot of head pressure. So you will feel a lot of head pressure, right? That's all upgrades. You may have headaches. These are all part of that Kundalini, that activation, that DNA upgrade energy. 5D, ascension, heaven on earth, rapture, resurrection, apocalyptic. This energy has a lot of different names. The veil being lifted, revelations, Kali Yuga. It has a lot of different names for this energy. Every religion has a name for it, right? Every culture has a name for it. It's all the same energy. So we are going through that shift right now. All right. So be mindful of your body. Pay attention to your body. Listen to your body. Stay hydrated and do what feels right to you. Okay. I also said Isis and Ma'at. Okay. So this justice, this 42 laws, because I seen Ma'at, yeah, in my meditation. She came through with her wings, one wing up, one wing down, and she was kneeling down on her one knee. And that's like a sense of justice, right? To get in divine alignment. Because I'm thinking of when a man proposes to a woman, he gets down on one knee to create this sacred union with the divine feminine. All right. Kneeling down, justice, balance, and discipline. Heart chakra activations. Wow, that's crazy because my heart chakra palpitated during this reading, and during my meditation, my heart chakra was going off as well. So it could feel like anxiety. It could feel like flutters, right? This, like I said, this energy affects everyone differently. So just be mindful. I said you upside down. Oh yeah, because I seen my aunt laying upside down. And it was a sense of her just surrendering, right? So surrendering your ego. And I say that because my aunt she has wings, and the ego, that's like a triple entendre. I don't know what the hell spirit got me on right now. Spirit got me on. Because my aunt is the winged deity. She's the winged goddess, right? But it also represents the ego, right? But the ego, right? Your ego. Oh, I'm the shit. Oh, me, I. But the ego is able to soar high above elevation, right? And then I seen it like upside down. So this could be different for everyone. I don't know. 360, 180. It depends on where you're at, but things could be turning upside down. This is okay. Spirit is saying that this could be the physical, us going from a us going from a physical perspective to a spiritual perspective. I was trying to say physical and spiritual at the same time, y'all. I don't know. And it could be, yeah, synchronizing energies at this time. Take it as it resonates. I'm done with that part. I also said hangman energy, because hanging upside down, that always makes you think of hangman. Going back to, what have you sacrificed? What are you willing to sacrifice? Right? Have you been sacrificing yourself for higher justice? Are you a spiritual warrior? Are you a warrior for justice? You know that comes with a lot of sacrifices. Being a chosen one, being a light worker, being a shaman, being a healer, being the black sheep, being different, right? Being an outcast, right? Being a Moor, being an Ifa, high priest, high priestess, being a whatever, being a Muslim, being Christian, being spiritually in tune, being conscious. All of this stuff comes with a sacrifice. All right. And then I got a sense of like this Birdman energy, Isis on a cross. Isis, Jesus on a cross. Also, you know, Easter, right? Easter, Esther, Ishtar, Divine Mother, Ainana, the Sibyls, Mammy Waters, Medusa. It's all type of, y'all know I do a lot of stuff, but Saint Peter was one of the disciples he was hung upside down. And he was hung upside down because he felt like he didn't deserve to be crucified the way that Jesus was crucified, right? So yeah, y'all know back in them days, they used to do a lot of strange things. So yeah, 555 on the clock. So yeah, I don't know. And then during my meditation, I was hearing like Peter, 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 ter, like that kept coming through. And I was like netter, right? The neteru, nature, the divine, right? If you know anything about Kemetic, the Mandu netter, right? That's all divine language. So we're getting back in tune with that, right? And then I also said the netter, the peter, the pet, the peter, the purr, right? The purr, right? The cat, the divine feminine energy that lies within, that darkness, that yin, right? Going within and locking in to have a seat, right? To have a seat where? To have a seat on a throne, because I seen a chair. I kept seeing this chair and nobody was in a chair. It just was a chair, and it was like a royal throne chair, like a king or a queen's chair, like an emperor or empress chair, like royalty, right? And then I said it was a vacant seat. As I'm looking at this, I thought it said Vatican. Wow. And y'all know underneath the Vatican is the Sibyl's throne, right? For the divine feminine, where the Black Madonna was worshipped, the real Isis, right? Isis and Horus and it's one more person I'm forgetting. It's okay, but y'all get the idea. Y'all get the whole picture. It's this divine union, basically, because royalty all goes back to the family, right? The lineage, the bloodline, right? So I'm getting a sense of like we are being activated to take our rightful seats because this is our birthright and it's due to our bloodline. So get prepared to be activated. All right. You can have a seat if you want. It's yours. And that's what I heard Spirit say. All right. So this royal seat, this royal tea, this royal, you know, chair is for you if you want to have a seat in it. But it's up to you. You have the choice. The choice is yours. Okay. And I said going back to self, right? Because it's all about if you feel worthy. Do you feel worthy of sitting at your throne, sitting at the throne, sitting at the table, right? And that comes from doing internal work. You got to know who you are. You got to know you are a creative ruler, right? Okay. Then after I finished my meditation, Spirit was like, go outside and ground myself. So like I said, grounding will be essential. All right. Also, I kind of got something that happened 6 to 9 months ago. So you could go back to 6 to 9 months ago. Something that happened 6 to 9 months ago is being the full cycle is ending. So yeah, it's like a birth cycle. Okay, thank you, Spirit. A gestation period. All right. So you're closing an old chapter that may have started last year of getting in tune with who you are and paying attention to signs and symbols and synchronicities from past cycles and closing out those past cycles at this time. Okay? So, yeah, that was pretty much my notes for this Taurus season, my astrology breakdown, and my meditation. I'm going to pull some cards and we're going to see what comes up, see what comes out, and see what else Spirit wants to confirm. Okay? Shout out to Soul Tribe. Shout out to anyone if you're still here with me. Thank you so much. I'm going to start with my Element Alchemy deck. Literally because this deck fell out and opened up to me. So I feel like these, I don't know, it's like some alchemy work that we are doing with the elements within ourselves that we need to be mindful of at this time. Okay? I'm hearing the elements are calling you. Alchemy is calling you because you are alchemists. We are those magicians. We are the magi. We are who we say we are. Okay? And we tapping in and going up higher and higher than we could even imagine. Like I said, y'all know what happens when you see this. When you see this face right here, you already know what time it is. Pure bliss. The channel is about to get some good confirmation. All right. All right, let's cut the deck. What is the top card? Go ahead and free yourself. I love this. Flowers. Light and dark. The balance. The masculine. The chariot. Something taking off. The sun. Light codes. DNA activations. Okay, baby. This is takeoff time. All right. I love this. The 7 and the 8. The level up. Right? 7 is the balance, the justice, the ma'at. 8 is the power, the transformation, the alchemy, the merging, right? So we're tapping back into our power with this beautiful divine balance that we have within ourselves and with the divine. This also could be partners, love, right? Love relationships, divine unions, also coming in at this time. Wow. And which is beautiful, right? Receiving your flowers and tapping into your inner child, roaming freely, okay? Not worrying about what others think. I'm hearing embodying the essence of the horse. The horse runs free. The horse doesn't care. It goes fast, but it also stops to graze and what I said, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink it, right? So it's just embodying that energy and getting ready for takeoff, right? I'm getting a sense of Sagittarius energy as well, that takeoff, right? That bow and arrow, as this was the pullback for the takeoff, the spring, that spring action, this like in and out energy. But really you were getting centered in yourself so you can have a better perspective of where you're headed at this time, okay? A lot of light codes coming in, a lot of information from the sun. Ooh, this looks like an eye. Yeah, you're divinely protected. You're divinely guided as you continue to ascend. This is giving more solar flares going off, the Schumann resonance going off, more CMEs, more coronal mass ejections, more upgrades, the aurora borealis going off, more divine intervention. And is going to free us. waves, ripple effects, butterfly effect, cause and effect. Yeah, the work that you have done. Energy, pulsing, electric magnetic pulses, EMP of the heart, right? The sun is the heart, focusing on that, focusing on freeing yourself and receiving your flowers. I'm just hearing free, free, free. Land, animal, and sun. So paying attention to those. Land is being grounded, right? Animals is like your spirit animals. You know, whatever your spirit animal is, whether it's the bird, the butterfly, the bee, the bear, the frog, whatever. Pay attention to that. Animal medicine, spirit animals, animal totems, they all have a message for you. Embody that to continue to elevate. And it's also being balanced with that light, that dark, that yin, that yang, that masculine, that feminine, the higher, the lower, right? The inner, the outer, as above, so below, as within, so without. Okay. I love that. Wow. I said wow because this is 67 and this is 78. So most definitely elevation. 77 is 607. But this is all about going within. I love this card. The crystals. What did I say? The crystals, right? You are the crystal. The crystals dwell within the earth. And I said that solar plexus. That solar plexus and that sacral chakra, right, is being ignited and is tapping us into our true heart's desires, activating our heart with this universe here. Wow, and a rainbow behind it. This is a universal energy with the rainbow, rainbow bridge, portal. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Gratitude, most high. Thank you. So yeah, I'm hearing we are freeing ourselves. This is where we receive freedom. We break free. Ooh, yeah, and we break free from those old constructs. Tap into my sacred destiny. Almost said sacral destiny. This could be a lot of sacral chakra activity at this time. So use that energy wisely and have fun. Ooh, what flipped over? Protection. Divine protection. Something enlightening happening. Okay, the tree of life. This is giving me like ancestral. Yeah, you are divinely protected. You are divinely guided. Something shocking is going to come in, but you are divinely protected. All right, like the tree gives you great shade and protection from the sun. It's this balance. Yeah, it's like getting out and getting grounded, but knowing that you are like protected. It's like, I don't know what this is. Your path is made clear. Yeah, you're protected on your divine path, your divine mission. This is just crazy because I've never in my life seen lightning in the daytime. So this is something like powerful, right? Like horsepower. This is the second time I've gotten that message. Horsepower, horsepower, right? Something divine is coming in. It's divinely charged. Ions in the atmosphere, negatively charged ions in that atmosphere are going to come down and charge us up. Yeah, because whenever there's solar flares and they go off, they ground themselves by turning into electricity on the earth, which comes into the ground. So it's going to be a lot of high vibrational frequency that we're going to have to ground. right? The current, right? I'm seeing like the rubber, the cable grids, and rubber. So like black tourmaline, I'm getting like crystals to help ground yourselves as well. Like sand, dirt, mud to cleanse, purify, and detox. All right. Heavy metal detoxes as well. Black walnut, using black walnut and other detoxes to detox heavy metals out of the body. I'm getting like electromagnetic. Yeah. Security. Wow. You are, if this don't scream divinely protected energy. And what did I say? Centaur. The centaur right here. Right? Sagittarius energy. With this, damn, this looks like an eye. These look like eyes. This looks like a nose. I'm on one today. The universe again. Yeah, this is something universal that is happening. This internal flyer, this internal fire, this internal flame is being ignited. All of these have like fire. But the earth, sun in Taurus, that's the sun in Taurus. It's also something else here. Animals, ancient hieroglyphs, ancient messages. So pay attention to the signs, symbols, and synchronicities, you guys. All right, let's get a message from the Shamanic Healing Oracle. Just wanted a little balance. What are some messages from the Shamanic Healing Oracle Spirit? Also, 8 and 7 is 15, right? Devil card, letting go of old things, releasing old things, Capricornian energy, structure, discipline to tap into your power. And also that 1 and 5 is 6. So tapping into your balancing with yourself. Higher vibrational energy, love, the Lover's card, divine love. All right, that just popped back up in my head. 613. Also paying attention to numbers. Okay. Maybe getting a lot of confirmation with numbers as it's 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. Self-love. What did I say? The heart. Self-love. 41-5. Change. So you're releasing and in loving yourself, right? The sun and the moon being one with yourself, right? Valuing yourself, those self values, right? I love that. I feel like that's explanatory, self-explanatory. Can y'all hear that? Beautiful. The sun is starting to rise. I love it. Yeah, just embracing things, embracing yourself and being grateful and thankful for the little things, giving yourself grace and pacing yourself, right? Knowing you are worth it, you are worthy, and treating yourself, resting, nurturing yourself. That's all a part of self-love, okay? Death, right? The death for the rebirth. I love it. To fully tap into your power. That's also, it looks like Aries and a bull. Okay, I'm going to do the Blessings deck last. I was trying to see. Let's tap into the tarot. What is a message? A little more detailed message about this energy, spirit. Bottom card, Judgment. What did I say? Judgment, balance, justice, right? The judge is given Ma'at and Isis, right? Because she is the one who balanced your heart on those scales. You have to come with a pure heart, pure mind, pure body, pure soul in order to ascend past the underworld. That's a sense of judgment, and they're under the horn, right? The sense of purity, listening to the divine, listening to your spirit, and getting tapped in with your true values. That's the undertone energy. Yeah. All right, let's see. 5 of Swords. Yep, don't hold your head down. Gotta keep your head up, right? Like I said, it's been a long battle. It's been a long battle, you guys. But this is where this is where things shift, right? There's certain systems, certain cycles, certain timelines that are falling. And this is where we create our own reality. This is the change of the mind, right? Swords represent the mind. 5 represents change. So this is where you change your mind from the victim to the victor. We are victorious and we are warriors. Okay? Death again. What did I say? The death for the rebirth. With the snake mouth opening up. This skull, this flower. I love this death card. It's so pretty. Scorpio right here. Yep, that 8. The death for the rebirth. Within your mind. Right? Because it's cranium, the skull. Right? What did I say? The temple. The eyes. Right? Eyes are the window to the soul. So just be mindful that you are going through a huge transformation right now. You're going from the dark to the light. These are very dark cards spiritually. So getting in tune with your spirit at this time. 13. Tapping into yourself, communication with yourself, right? Thinking, not overthinking things at this time. And just kind of going with the flow. You're shedding old skin to tap into this new you, right? And stop and smell the flowers. 8 of Pentacles. I love that. It's all these pentacles are in her mind. I love it. Yeah, so it's a lot of mental work that we've been doing. A lot of mental work that you've been processing and working through. Continue to work through these things. Continue to write things down. Continue to elevate. Continue to pour into yourself. As it is okay to be in isolation, to get things done, to focus on what you need to focus on, to execute. I'm getting a sense of stars. So like star seeds, okay? That inner star, that inner flame, inner creativity. Continue to tap into that. This plate. Wow. Yeah, writing things down. Investing in yourself so you can continue to grow. Knight of Wands. Yeah. Because something is going to be charged up for takeoff. You are going to be charged up for takeoff. especially with all of this great internal work that you have done. It will not go unnoticed. So it's like you kind of went through this defeat, feeling defeated. All right. But you had to just surrender. Surrender to the divine flow. Get to work, alchemize things, investing in yourself, and hold your head up. And tap into your true heart's desires, your true passions. Being ignited at this time. And keeping your eye on the prize. Yeah, 8 of Cups. And walking away from things that don't serve you anymore. So that way you can get divine justice. Because this is a great deal of judgment. This is a huge judgment period right now. The divine, everybody's going through judgment. So the best thing to do is just keep your vibrations high and continue to push through. And if you know you're divinely protected and you know you're divinely guided, you know everything happens for a reason in divine timing. Okay? Let's get a Blissings card, an abundance card out for something that will happen for this Taurus season. I love it because I know that energy resonates with me. Everything has not been rainbows and sunshines and roses. It's been a huge death for a beautiful rebirth, a minor setback for a major comeback. And we all going through something. We all pushing through that. Okay. That just jumped out. Interesting. All right, let's see what is a... Okay, well, that just shot right on out. And it says, artistry. May you find harmony and order. Ripple effects. Cause and effect, right? Releasing, right? The peace, right? We all hold a piece to the puzzle. There's portals opening up with this releasing. As we release old things, new things come in. More divine things coming in as we surrender to those divine things. And continue to be open. Upbeat. May your inner child come out to play. That's the key, right? Creativity. So continue to let your heart guide you. Continue to let your spirit guide you as it is leading you on a new journey, a new path to higher heights with the divine. This is some beautiful energy. I love it, and I'm thankful and I'm grateful. And thank all of you guys for watching and tuning in. Let me know what you guys think of this reading down in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.